for the Hamite people, for the Hamite man that's on the street, sleeping on the street, sleeping on a cardboard box, wearied, lost, aimless, no place to go, on drugs. I have to tell you that ATLAH is his only hope. ATLAH is his only hope. He has tried having a black president. And for that woman, the Hamite woman who's raising her children, who's struggling, and who sits at the table watching them eat and knowing what a struggle her life is she passed 19 years of age and everything just fell apart. ATLAH is her only hope. She tried the black president, and you got terribly excited that this burden of being a Hamite, this burden of being a black woman, this burden of trying to raise my children and keep them safe, keep them out of jail, keep them being shot, keep my daughters from getting pregnant. A black president coming to office is going to cure all of that. All my troubles will be over. We've got a black president. His name is Barack Obama. That's what they were thinking and saying. And all our troubles are going to be over with. Finally, all our troubles are going to be over with. The black man, he may have a decent job, but struggling with his blackness, struggling with his community, struggling with his brothers, and the overrun, packed jails, the warehousing of men, the poverty, the brokenness, the sense of inequality here been, and a black president. Finally, in 2008, all of that struggle is going to be finally over with. A black president is going to change all of that, and the burden is going to be lifted, and the shoulders are going to be now just to carry the feathers of life on planet Earth and in America in general. It didn't happen. It did not happen. All of that hope that was placed in that man did not happen, not even a minuscule amount. In fact, things got worse. ATLAH is the only, and there's nothing else coming. Well, maybe that didn't work. Maybe you can get Camelback ain't Black Harris, be the first woman black president, and maybe that'll be it. And help ain't coming from there either. Who knows if she'll ever make it to that realm? And you're being told by the House, the pension-nosed Negro, to keep hoping that a black politician, now Ketanji Brown Jackson, as a judge, all of a sudden, we're going to get justice in the courtroom. It ain't going to happen. Don't you see? ATLAH is your only hope. You can dismiss it. And I can tell you, a lot of people think, well, maybe if we just turn our back on God and go gay, say gay, and that will give us more power, give us more unity. ATLAH, listen to me, people. You Hamite people, listen to me. You can dismiss ATLAH all you want. You can dismiss me, but ain't no help coming from nowhere else in the whole universe. You've already been to the mountaintop. You've already been to the presidency, and not one single ounce of help came from the black president. You've already been there. Where you gonna go now? The ATLAH is your only hope. You can dismiss it. You can call me a crazy prophet. But ATLAH is your only hope. There is nothing else coming. Ain't nothing. You've gone to the president. You've had all the mayors. You got You got more mayors of the major city, Houston, Atlanta, Richmond, Baltimore, Washington, Chicago, San Francisco. They're all over the place. Now you're hoping Ketanji Brown Jackson, a Supreme Court judge, a woman. And no help has come from any of these places where you put your hope for change. No help has come. No, ATLAH is your only, ain't nothing else coming. Ain't nothing else coming. And what has come has proven to fail, and fail miserably. Biggest disappointment on planet Earth. Barack Hussein Obama. Failure, weak, deceitful, cunning, dismissive, despicable, incorrigible. Your help ain't no help. You say, well, the Lord's going to help us. No, the Lord has sent me. You reject me and ATLAH. You reject me and ATLAH, you reject Jesus. Now, I'm saying preaching to Hamites does not mean that exclusive to the Hamites. No, Japheth, that is the white man, persons, people, and Shemite, the Jewish, ATLAH is your help too. Ain't no other help coming. To the Japheth man. You thought that Donald John Trump was going to finally give you the recognition, ease your burden, do something about justice, stop the racism, stop the major corporations rip-off, stop the slight that's been handed to you since you lost the Civil War, stop the degrading of your ancestry, that Trump was going to do all of that and make a major, significant change. But it didn't happen. It didn't happen. And what's worse, he didn't even stay around very long. To the Japheth brother, help ain't gonna come from the next president. Who you run Trump again? Hey, that's ridiculous. It's crazy. But ain't no help coming from nowhere. ATLAH is your help, your only help. ATLAH is your only help. ATLAH is your only help. That's what God said. That's what God, their help ain't coming from the White House. Help ain't coming from the White House. For you, Japheth, help ain't coming from Donald Trump. Don't you see? Don't you see? Things got worse. There's nothing that can be pointed to that Trump did for the Japheth brother that has made his life respectful. Help ain't coming from him. Help for the Hamite ain't coming. Obama, biggest disappointment on the planet. ATLAH. That's what God said. That's it. If you don't, you can walk away from ATLAH if you so choose, but help ain't coming from nowhere. You can forget it. You might as well commit suicide because help ain't. You ain't gonna get no help from nowhere. And Hamite people in particular. I mean, labor them a little bit longer because they've been fools for so long. They've tried everything from Dr. King to marches. They've even stooped. Hamite people have lowered their morals, lowered their integrity enough to accept Al Sharpton, who's a known drug dealer, selling drugs to people in Harlem, known drug dealer, snitch, jailhouse snitch, con man. But because they're at the bottom of the barrel looking for help, they've gone ahead and accepted him as a source of help. but the young boys keep dying, and he just keep making more money. By the way, there's not been a shooting of a Hamite boy, a young boy, in the last 2 or 3 months. Al Sharpton must be running out of cash. He and Ben Crump, Ben the Undertaker Crump, and Al the Buzzer Sharpton, they must be running out of money because ain't no young black boy been killed recently. But having said that, black people, even Lord the Hamites, Lord them more being to accept Al Sharpton. There were times when the integrity of the Hamite man wouldn't spit on the likes of Al Sharpton. But help ain't coming. Listen to me. And you listen to me. You're trying to raise them children. Want to give them a good education. Want to give them a chance at life. Something better. Want to give them something better than what you had. What you gonna give them? You done had the black president. You work your fingers to the bone. Your mama, your grandmama all prayed. Work your fingers to the bone for civil rights. Work your fingers to the bone to get black politicians in the office, get black senators, black congressmen, and finally you work your fingers to the bone to get a black president. And nothing. What you going to offer your children? How is it going to be better for them than it is for you? And you're going through hell. Black woman, you're going through pure natural born hell. And the man, he don't know which end is up. You look at him. He's sleeping in the chair. He's sleeping in bed. And you look at him. What a disappointment. You can't even hope that one day he's going to raise up and become strong enough to take the weight off your shoulders and to give your children something better than what you had. He ain't going to do it. He ain't going to do it unless he comes to ATLAH. He ain't. There's nothing for you, black woman, except blackness and bitterness for you and for your children. It's almost a sin to bring another black child into the world because you already had a black president. You've already had a black president. You've already had a black president, and that was the top. There ain't nowhere to go from there. Where you go? A black man didn't work, so now you try to get a black woman and Camelback ain't Black Harris? Come on. Where you gonna go? It's almost a sin to bring Hamite children into the world because there ain't no more hope. Obama, you went to the presidency, for crying out loud. You went as high as you could go. Maybe now you turn around and say, well, wait a minute. Let's turn to Jesus. Let's turn to righteousness. Pastor Manning is calling for ATLAH. That's what God said. We've tried everything else. We've tried everything else. Let's turn now to righteousness and the work of the good honorable Dr. James David Manning. And so the prophecy here, not hope and change prophecy, political, the prophecy is that God has called this land Harlem as holy and blessed. And it's been confirmed by an earlier prophet by the name of Clayhorn Martin, the barefoot prophet. He claimed it and walked barefoot, a former slave, born a slave. And I've come along in 1991 and confirmed it. And there's no place else for you to go. You can run. Black woman, you can run with them children, but there ain't nowhere to hide. And there ain't no future for them. There ain't no future for your children. And don't look, there's a future for that man. And black man, there ain't no future for you. The only place for you is ATLAH. That's the only place for you. And black man, I received a notice today from both Elizabeth and Sabbath that black women don't want to marry a black man anymore because once they attain a little something in trying to ease the burden, make their life a little bit more comfortable, they can't find a black man who can measure up, so they're not going to marry white men. Well, they've been doing that for quite some time, but now there's a whole, if you will, philosophy out there. Don't even marry the black man because he can't do nothing for you. He can't ring your bell. He can't take you nowhere. He can't take the burden off of you. He can't protect you. So black women, according to the article that was posted, black women are now seeking after white men, hoping that somehow or another the burden, the suffering, and can give their children a better life than you, brother. You better come over here to ATLAH. You better humble yourself, take that pride off your shoulder, get that blackness and stupidity out of your mind, get down on your knees, and crawl into Bethelite. ATLAH, Bethelite, yeah. Where'd that come from? Crawl into ATLAH. Bethelite too? Yes. Because even your woman is now deserting you. Even the black woman she see there ain't no hope in you. Her children are sentenced to a life of misery. She sit there watching them at the table. They're eating. They don't know the hell they're going to catch. They haven't become teenagers yet. Black man, your only hope, you tried Obama. You allowed yourself to accept a despicable person like Al Sharpton, the most despicable human being. You allowed, and he can't help you. A drug dealer divorced his wife so he can run with the demons, the devils. He can't help you. He can't stop the next police bullet. Black man, there ain't no place. You tried to you worked, prayed, finally got a black president, and your life is worse now. Only ATLAH. Only ATLAH. Only ATLAH. That's the only place that there's any sense of and ATLAH there is blessings galore. You know, Mr. Engineer, if you could bring up confusion of faces for just a second, because I think it's important. Because people have gone from Obama and they jumped on the Black Lives Matter. It's looking for hope. When are you gonna come to ATLAH? And when you come, you gotta come humbly. Brothers, you gotta lose that arrogance, you gotta lose that fake pride. You gotta lose it, because when you stand alone in your house, there ain't no strength there. And black woman, you gonna continue to tell your children that their hope is in Black Lives Matter? Is that what you're gonna continue to feed them at the dinner table, that they're gonna be able to have a good life, find a good, strong man to marry who can hug them and protect them and feed them, clothe them and clothe your grandchildren and give them a life that's worth living? Is that what you're gonna tell black woman? You're gonna tell your children that they're gonna get that through Black Lives Matter? Are you gonna do that? You might as well kill them. They told you you're gonna get yours through a black president. And look at you. Look at you, black woman. Look at you. ATLAH. 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 That's what God said.
Child of the King, they serve him now. because the Lord is with me. Ooh, child of the King. Ooh, child of the King. 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 Ooh, I am a child of the King. Child of the King. I am a child of the King. I am a child of the King. Child of the King. I am a child of the King. I am a child of the King. Child of the King. I am a child of the King. Child of the King. I am a child of the King. Child of the King. I am a child of the King. Child of the King. I am a child of the King. Child of the King. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Child of the King. I am a child of the King. Child of the King. Child of the King. Child of the King.
I am a child of the King, his servant at all times. I am strong. I am blessed. I am special because of the Lord. I am chosen by God, a member of his royal